With each new year, we see a lot of messaging about new year, new you, and starting the year off with a fresh start after 2020 with the pandemic and racial and social injustices hitting the reset button may be difficult, but we're joined by Pastor Curtis Smith from the historic St. James Missionary Baptist Church to talk about how faith can be a source of strength. Hey, Pastor Curtis.
Hey, Pastor Curtis.
Hey, good morning. How are you?
We are good. Thank you so much for joining us. Let's just jump right in. What is your message to people looking for hope in the new year?
I think one of the things that those of us who have lived a little bit and perhaps those who are going to be living is that we live in a time of transition. And what we know is that all things will pass. No matter how difficult and challenging they are, they do pass. And I think going into the new year, one of the best things that we can do is not being held hostage to the things that we have no control over. That should never be an option for us. And so my hope in the new year, particularly as a man of faith, I'll continue to hold on to the Lord and the scriptures that he has set forth for us. Because I believe that there's power in that, but more importantly, there's power in his hands. So I made a decision that in the new year, I think it's incumbent upon myself and even others, instead of things impacting us, let's take the initiative to start impacting things, if that makes sense.
Sure, yeah.
I like that because I know me personally, I do hold on to things that I cannot control, and I try to push those things away, but it's very hard to do.
Yeah, totally. It's that serenity prayer sort of things, right? You control the things you can and you kind of let the other things go as they will.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Now, as a pastor, I mean, a lot of pastors and churches across the country we saw went to online. So that even changes the way that you're ministering to people. Talk about that transition.
Yeah, we were very fortunate, as difficult as it is, we were very fortunate that we had some technically savvy people that thought about some things many years ago to prepare us for a time such as this. But we are a very relational church, and most churches are relational. So coming into an empty building every single week to either do a pre-recording or to do a live recording of service seems to be very unnatural to us. However, we recognize that circumstances really kind of dictate that. But what we've also learned is the power of God. The story of Jesus took 2 fish and 5 loaves of bread and fed the multitude. Well, this is kind of what's happening when we are able to use technology the way that we are. We are able to reach people that we were unable to reach before. Even our church, we got people watching from South Africa, Kenya, United Kingdom, Australia, Bangor, Maine. People that would never have access to what we are doing now have access. And so I believe that God used this moment to broaden our appeal to other people so that we can get the good news of the gospel out.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And
So the truth is, honestly, churches probably during this time have, in terms of their audience, have expanded. So that's a beautiful thing about it.
Absolutely. And it's great to be able to reach people, not just in your own community, but everywhere.
That's right. Yes. And we've talked about that several times, right? Kind of the silver lining is that you reach a wider audience with this virtual platform. Yeah, thank you for joining us today, Pastor. We really appreciate you taking the time and kind of give us some uplifting words here for our Tuesday. Thank you.
Thank you, Pastor Curtis.
Yes. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, for sure.